welcome to the bookshop. What can I do for you today? Okay. Okay, so you wanted, me to find you some books. Okay, what kind of books are you into? Diverse, I like that. I like someone who doesn't stick to just one part, yeah. But there's nothing wrong with that, of course. That's perfectly fine. How about I go pick up some books for you? So I will just be right back. Yeah, okay. So I have some books for you. I picked out one from every genre. I mean, not every genre, because that's like a lot of books. Because technically, what is a genre? Like, if there are multiple genres, then there are subgenres. So if I was to pick out like a romance book for you, would I then have to pick out a classical romance, a extreme spicy romance, and then like a soft, fluffy romance? I picked out like the main genres, so I hope that works. Because you said you really hadn't read a lot and you wanted some recommendations. Cool. I read all of these. I love all of these, and I hope that you love them too. So, yeah, okay. Well, first and foremost, I mentioned romance. That's fun. This is Bridgerton, and Bridgerton is the first book in, well, this is The Duke and I, but it's the first book in the Bridgerton series by 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲, and there are a total of, I believe, 8 books in this series. Oh wow, look at that. There's a whole family tree in the back, isn't that cool? I just love the feel of the book, the sounds of the pages, the smell of the pages. Well, that's a great question. This is about, a family, the Bridgertons, and each book basically follows one of the children as they're getting married. And the first one is Daphne, and and each one has a trope, like there's dating tropes, and this one is fake dating, so that she can avoid marrying, just this really nasty creature of a man who is like low-key not a safe person. And, so yeah, Simon comes to the rescue. Yeah, it is a Netflix show. No, it is not like the Netflix show. It's romantic, so of course there's going to be some, copulation. But it's tamer than what you're going to see. There is no Shawn Mendes violin concerto to go with it, so I'm assuming you could probably get that on Spotify. So, that's the first one. Second book. Are you into superheroes by any chance? You said superheroes, and I thought that meant like just like the broad range of superheroes. Well, anyways, if you're into Batman, this is a great book. This is Batman Nightwalker by Marie Lu, and this is the second in a 4-book series. But trust me, I see your face. You don't have to read them in order. They can be read anywhere, and I think there actually might be more than 4. But I have not read past the 4, so I can't really give you my judgment. I could lie, but then I would just be lying, and lying's not right, so yeah. I think, yeah, so, this one follows, Bruce Wayne when he's a teenager. They all follow the characters when they're teenagers before they fully developed into their powers, on that cusp there. And, yes, like Gotham, the TV show. And he faces off with the Owls, so a fun little New 52 storyline put in there. But this is the second one, like I said. There's Wonder Woman, and then the Catwoman is after this one, and then Superman is the 4th one. And I think they did 3 Harley Quinns, and a Black Canary, but I haven't read those. But this one's the best one of these. But we do have all 4, if you would like to read the rest of them. Yeah. And just like, so pretty. There's this gorgeous artwork inside. That's Bruce. Yeah. So, they say DC icons on the page. Trippy. So, not trippy like acid, because we don't do that here. But, the next book. Yes, I can show you. The next book happens to be a memoir. Are you into memoirs? That's a fun word. Memoir. 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 I think it's the two M's that make it interesting. Memoir. 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 Yeah, so this is a very nice copy of Pamela Anderson, who has had her come back and deserves all the praise that she gets. This is her memoir, and this is simply titled Love, Pamela. And yes, this is a signed edition. If you buy this, it will be the same price, because we're not stingy like that, but it is signed. And Pamela signed a bunch of copies, and the different bookstores got them, and we were very fortunate. So, well, it simply tells her story from the beginning to the end, or there's no end. There's no end if you haven't died. And even then, I don't think that's really an ending, because maybe your legacy lives on. So it's like the beginning to now, or the beginning to 2023. So, it's just her story from how she was discovered, her years working as a model, working in film and television, and then how she grew in herself, had her children, and now lives homestead, and she writes poetry, and poetry's in here. It's very beautiful. Just an excellent book all around. I gotta give props to my girl. So then I thought, what could I pick for like general fiction? Like, if you're wanting something that's just a general book, I think anything could be general fiction if we're really thinking about it, if we don't want to like fully like box anything in. And I guess if you were going to, this might be horror, but this is The Road. This is Cormac McCarthy, and Cormac McCarthy is a name you may recognize, both in literature and in film. In film, it's like he did the movie of this, of course, No Country for Old Men. Very good movie. I'm very glad my friends talked me out of getting the Cigar bowl cut. Like, could you imagine? I think I'd eat. But this is a story about a father and son who are surviving the apocalypse. Like, can you imagine? I think I could, actually. It's very interesting, though. I think it's not the easiest book to read if you're not really a big reader, but also it is. It's both easy and not easy. It's not easy because there's no punctuation. I mean, there's periods and commas, but there's no quotes for when people are speaking, and there are no chapters. But what's easy about this is that because there are no chapters, everything is in blocks. And there's no indentions, but like that would fly by. So like this would take like twice as long if it was regular pages. So, but this is a very, very well loved book. The masses have praised it, and yeah, it's also kind of scary because the apocalypse is there's no sunlight, so they're literally walking out of darkness 24/7. Some of us already are. I'm gonna put this one down. Then we have what I thought as if you're not into like horror, but you want mystery, this would be a good one for all ages. But I think you'd like it. I liked it, and I hope you would like it. I just hope everybody likes this book, honestly. But it's A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallaro. Please shut up, air vent. The air vent goes off, and it annoys me quite frequently. This is A Study in Charlotte, and this is by Brittany Cavallaro, like I said. And it's essentially Sherlock Holmes is real in this universe, and it's his so many greats granddaughter, and she goes to this preparatory school where a string of murders happen, and she has to solve them because she has Sherlock skills. She has the deduction skills down to a point, and it's phenomenal. I read them all. They're all really great. This is the best one in my opinion. It's the first one, and the killer is basically I almost spoiled something really big and you would have hated me, and I don't feel like having anyone else hate me today, so I'm not gonna spoil anything. Very good book though. You should check it out. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna cram these down your throat, but I might. The next one I would definitely probably at the very least I would offer you a discount if you at least gave it a try. And that's saying something because I get in trouble for doing that, but I don't care. If you like sci-fi, I really think you should give this, well, quite frankly, brick of a book a try. And this is Dune by Frank Herbert. This is the first of a 6-book series. I lied to you. I just lied to you. I'm sorry. This is the first of at least 20-some books, but the first 6 are a contained series that can be read on their own. I would personally recommend you don't read anything past the first 3. That's just me. They are not for the faint of heart, but this one's pretty easy. What is it about? That's a very good question. This is I'll just read you. Set on the desert planet Arrakis, Dune is the story of the boy Paul Atreides who down his mother deep and of a great family's ambition to be a dream, studying blood of adventure. Well, that didn't tell me anything, did it? Anyways, this is about Paul Atreides, and Paul Atreides is a boy who lives on the planet Arrakis, and him and his family are moved to a different planet, and he is the son of a duke, and he finds out that the Baron of that planet and the Emperor of the system they're in is plotting to destroy the Atreides line. So, and he might be the boy Muad'Dib, who is a god figure. So, savior. Very great. It's massive. It's 700 pages. But you know what? You get a giant glossary in the back, which is great for remembering things. And if you've seen the movies, it helps. Who hasn't seen these movies? You haven't seen these movies. So the next book we're going to talk about, I'm going to show you a fantasy book. I've shown you sci-fi. Why not fantasy? And this one is this one's much easier to read, and you don't have to worry about having seen the movie because nobody did. And it is, and that's okay because that means it's mine. So, but this is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, and this is the first of I had to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So far, 18 book series. And then there's 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. There'll be 25 in the end. Yeah. Kind of crazy, right? But this is the first one, and this is what we would call urban fantasy. If you're new to fantasy, I'm not gonna sit here and hand you Lord of the Ring off the bat. That's gonna intimidate you. It's gonna be scary. That might turn you off from reading fantasy. This is urban fantasy. Look how pretty it is. It's so pretty. Urban fantasy is fantasy that's set in our real world, so there are real world elements. And this book, in particular, follows a girl named Clary who discovers that she is a shadow hunter, which are these people who hunt and So very fun. And I just have to recommend this to everyone I speak to because I've read nearly all of them. I know they've been out for forever, but when you don't want the story to end, you will procrastinate reading them. I promise you that. Yeah. It's honestly kind of a problem. Like, I should be reading these. I should be finishing them. Yeah. The next book, oh, right, sorry. So the last two are sort of, they're books, they are, and if you, I'm going to ask you a question that's going to determine if we're going to be friends or not. Do you think comics and manga counts as reading? We can be friends? Okay, we can be friends. I'm not on Facebook. No. Sorry. But these are count. Manga. I love manga. I'm not a big manga reader. Do you have any manga recommendations? Right. I'm the bookseller. You're the book buyer. Fingers crossed to the book buyer. Right. This is 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲 and this is by, I will butcher his name, and anyone within a quarter mile who reads this is going to come running at me. So I'm not going to try. But this is 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲. This is the first volume in this massive manga that I have not read all of it, not even nearly all of it, and I want to. But I'm very particular, like I want to own them all, and I can't bring myself to buy them. This is not to discourage you from buying this, by the way, but for me, I read a manga, and I usually read it in one sitting because it's so short, and so I'll read the book, right, and then I'll realize I've paid, our prices are cheaper, this is a used bookstore, but I realize I'm paying $12.99 for a book, and you see $12.99, and I read it, and one sitting, and I realize, oh, I just paid $12.99 to read a book for 2 hours, if that, and yeah, but if you're a slower reader, that'll probably be a lot longer for you, or if you take breaks, that's cool too. But my problem is I want to read 3 at a time, and I don't have the time or the money to be dropping, nearly $40 on 3 books at a time. But this is really good. This follows, yeah, I'm sorry. I know I ramble a lot. My boss tells me if I don't stop rambling, that he's going to put me on no talk detail, which basically means that I sweep, and I'm rambling again. So I'll just read you the back, because I'm going to explain it really bad. Although Yuji Itadori looks like your average teenager, his immense physical strength is something to behold. Every sports club wants him to join, but Itadori would rather hang out with the school outcasts in the occult research club. Ooh, sounds fancy. One day, the club manages to get their hands on a sealed, cursed object. Little do they know the terror they'll unleash when they break the seal. It's giving Evil Dead. Why is it giving Evil Dead? It's giving the Necronomicon, is it not? That's what it's giving. But I like this. I like the anime. Subbed. It is better that way. I don't know why. Someone told me that one time, and I just kind of stuck with it, and I liked it that way. So, this one's really good. And then the last one, because I've kept you a while. I'm so sorry. We closed 10 minutes ago, actually. But I like to stay open for people who really want to hang out, so. Yeah. Comics can be intimidating. I know. As someone who's read a lot of comics in their life, I understand. This is a standalone, though. This is really easy because you can read this entire series by yourself. And I mean that. Like, there's nothing to read outside of it. And it's invincible. This is by Robert Kirkman and Walker and Crabtree, and Corey Walker is the sub-author. I want to give him credit. This is, first, isn't that a nice sound? It's nice, isn't it? Well, what I like about this is that it's a superhero who's poking fun at superheroes, and it's self-contained, like I said. It's all there are actually like 3 giant ones of these you can buy, or you can buy the collections in these volumes. And each comes with like 8 comics in it, and they're in full color. The series is in full color like superheroes are. And yeah, so he wrote The Walking Dead. That was in black and white. Can I tell you a fun fact? I won't keep you much longer. The reason The Walking Dead was written in black and white, like drawn in black and white, was because he wanted to pay homage to Night of the Living Dead, which is George A. Romero. And there's also stipulation that, and maybe it's the fact that he just wanted to save money on printing because it was a newer comic. So, risks we take, you know, as artists. But this is really good. So, yeah. Okay, well that's actually all the books that I have to show you. Do you want any of these books? Any of them at all? Okay. Perfect. I will bag those for you. And I will make sure that you get to take these home. But, okay. You don't need a bag? Okay, you're probably right. It's just 3 books. Yeah. Save the planet. So, here are your books. Great choices, by the way. Very, very happy with these choices you've picked out. So, thank you for stopping in today. Recommend us to your friends. Like us on Google and follow us on Instagram. Yeah. Great. Well, I will catch you later. Yeah. I didn't tell them about... Oh, they're gone. Where's my book? I think I sold them my book.